yeah! You're watching the Daily Dusty. Let's fucking do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, get the goddamn hell up out of your seats! Woo! Yeah? Easy, easy. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for joining me on the universe's greatest one-man show. It's the 8th show in 10 days, folks. We're rolling right goddamn through it. Holy shit. I was wanting to do the show last night. You know what happened? So I got the show completely done yesterday. Worked my ass off as I do. That's why if you see me, I ain't got no ass. So like 5 o'clock. I was about ready to put the thumbnail up, let you guys know the show was happening, and then boom, like a thunderbolt from God. Big explosion outside my window over here. Lightning struck the transformer. Power went off. I'm like, God damn it. And then I was like, I bet it's not gonna come on time. It came on exactly 8 p.m., right exactly as the show was supposed to start. And I was like, fuck it, I guess I would just postpone one day, let you guys know the show's happening. So we're doing it on Saturday. Man, I worked so hard last week. I was hoping I was going to get the weekend off. But no, the universe had other plans, so whatever. At least I get to hang out with you guys. So it's all good, and I appreciate you. And hey, some people are like, hey, the show, it's good. We like the Daily Dusty, but it's going a little too fast. You seem like you're trying to get it all in under an hour. Maybe slow down a little bit. So we're going to do it the way we used to do it. The show takes as long as it takes. I'm listening to you guys. I hear you, Jeannie Rude. So as always, if you enjoy my show and you want to see it continue, consider super chatting me. It's the lifeblood of the show over here by the dollar sign. There's a dollar sign. You click it and you click super chats and then you donate money. And then I read your words at the end of the show. Going to read all your super chats. So get them in early, get them in often. Vote with your dollar if you want to continue to see the Daily Dusty. I would appreciate it. And all right, let's go ahead and kick it off, folks. Gonna start off this week with a little economy and bad seems bad. Let's check in with the numbers, see how that's going. First off, this was July 30th, 2 days ago. Trump's top economic advisor, Nutpick, said, finally, Trump is owning this economy. No more is he gonna blame Biden for this shit. This is Trump's economy now, baby. The Trump-era economy has officially arrived, Commerce Secretary Howard Nutpick said Wednesday. That was Wednesday. Next thing you know, breaking a weak jobs report. The U.S. economy added only 73,000 jobs in July. That's way below expectations. May and June revised down by negative 258,000 jobs. Unemployment rate ticks up to 4.2. So obviously, Trump gonna own it, right? Right? Nah. And yep, that's what it looks like, folks. U.S. stock fell after worst jobs report since the end of the pandemic. Yeah, since the last time Trump was in office. I wish I could see some kind of connection. Who could be responsible for this? I know it's not Daddy Trump, though. Can do no wrong, the God King. And here's CNN letting you know what's going on.
That was weaker than expected. But the real news is there were all these massive downward revisions for both May and June. May, originally, the government said the economy added 144,000. Now, 19,000. That is a major revision. This is the biggest revisions we've seen since COVID. June was originally at 147. Now it's just at 14,000. You can see it on that bar chart there. June was the worst since December of 2020. I just talked to Joe Bruce-Willis. He's the chief economist over at RSM, and he said, this report that we just got, when you look at the July numbers and the revisions, he says this is the worst major economic report we've gotten since the end of the pandemic era.
Seems bad, but what are you going to do, folks? Who could have possibly have seen this coming? Everybody who has any understanding of history and economics, but Daddy Epstein sets lowest factory employment record on top of everything else. U.S. manufacturing contracted for a fifth straight month in July, and factory employment dropped to the lowest level in 5 years. That's what happens when you have economic uncertainty with all these tariffs. Companies are not going to build new factories. They're not going to increase production, right? Because they don't know what the fuck's going on. They hate that. Destroy the economy with this one simple trick, almost like he's doing it on purpose. And folks, I've told you about this guys repeatedly. So the first day the Dow was in business, when Donald Trump became president was January 2021. It closed at 44,000. That's Trump's first day as president with the Dow Jones Open. Closed at 44,025. Yesterday, it closed at 43,588. So we are negative growth since Trump has been in office. Stock market actually gone down. So they talk about all-time record highs right now. Not an all-time record high. No, sirree. Bobtail. Zero growth, negative growth, first 6 months of the Trump administration. We were like 1,700 points up the first 6 months last year of the Biden administration, who I hated. Fuck that guy, but still. And we know, folks, exactly what he's going to say. It's rigged. It's all rigged against me. And he immediately went out there and shot the messenger, as you do. Trump is like, in my opinion, today's job numbers were rigged. It's a conspiracy. He's always the victim, folk. Nothing's ever his fault. The buck stops anywhere fucking else than with Donald Trump. Don the con. Jobs numbers were rigged in order to make the Republicans and me look bad. Hey, you don't need any help with that, Don. Just like when they had 3 great days, blah, 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 blah. It's always a fucking excuse. He's never responsible for anything. And so then immediately goes out there and he fires the woman who's in charge of the stats. Now, she is not the one who created these stats. The stats were created by her people, right? They collect the data from the economy and they just compile them together and they release them. And yes, they have preliminary data, which is what they released at first. They show the jobs number better. And then when they get better numbers, they revise the job numbers and put the new numbers out there that are more accurate. And the more accurate jobs numbers is that they were way worse than everybody anticipated, which not hard to understand why whatsoever. So obviously he went out there and he fired the woman.
Here's the thing. Your supporters have had issues with these numbers.
I've had issues with the numbers for a long time, but today's we're doing so well.
So well.
I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election, and there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her.
That's right, I fired her, folks. It's the post-truth society we live in now. So this is the last time we're ever going to get accurate numbers from the United States government. It's just going to be whatever the glorious leader says they are from now fucking on. And of course, when you fire a woman for accurately putting out economic numbers, it sends a clear message to whoever comes in next. If you put out accurate numbers, you will immediately fucking be fired. So what do you think that's going to happen? Obviously, he's going to put a yes man or woman in the position, and they've already got the message loud and clear. You can't tell the truth or you're going to immediately be fired. So yeah. State-run media just going to put out whatever numbers Trump says they are. The economy's not going to be based on anything. Not that it already is, folks. We already basically have a meme stock economy. I mean, look at Tesla. Tesla does nothing but lose money, basically. Their sales go down every single month, over fucking month, over fucking month. Their stock just goes up. So it's all a meme stock now, baby. We don't need no accurate numbers. Nothing needs to be based on fundamentals in any way whatsoever. It's just all crazy town. And then they're like, hey, if you're firing the person that accurately puts out the numbers, then why should anybody trust the numbers in the future? Here's Trump's response.
Going forward, why should anyone trust the numbers?
Well, that's
and if
you're right. No, you're right. Why should anybody trust numbers?
That's right. Why should anybody trust numbers? Numbers lie. Fuck numbers. Math is evil. The only person we can believe is the glorious leader in this North Koreification of America. That's in full swing, baby. Whatever Trump says the numbers are or what the numbers are, it's the best economy we've ever fucking had. 0% unemployment. 1,000% increase in everybody's take-home pay, right? Everybody has a house. There's a chicken in every pot. And yes, spokesperson going to go down here, Baghdad Barbie. We are pleased to report from the new MAGA Patriot Bureau of Labor Statistics that the leader Trump employment is up 10 million jobs for the month of August, and that's coming, folks. Remember Baghdad Bob during the Iraq War? He was the spokesperson for Saddam Hussein, and like the American military went and took over the Baghdad airport. And they had the split screen, the American military at the Baghdad airport on one side, and the other side, Baghdad Bob. The American military is not at the airport. We have complete control of the airport. It's all lies. You can literally see it. But who are you going to believe? Baghdad Barbie or your own eyes? Well, there won't be an independent media to show you the split screen in America because they're all falling in line. The dominoes falling one by one. Everybody bending the knee to Donald Trump. And it's actually very interesting to watch, folks. They're all in line to sell Trump's bullshit. Fox News, Johnny on the spot to blame this woman who just accurately predicted the numbers. Watch this shit.
While we get slimmer, our wallets are getting fatter. We just made $150 billion in tariff revenue.
We didn't make $150 billion. We paid $150 billion in tariffs, folks. God damn it. How can we be more entrenched in 1984 than this?
And wages are going up. And any panicking that gets in the way, Trump's going to fire. Trump just pink-slipped the labor stats commissioner for putting out fake job numbers for Joe and Kamala.
She put out real job numbers.
Unlike Bidenomics, Trumponomics don't need cooked-up reports to tell people how they should feel.
Literally, he's trying to cook up the reports. It's always the exact opposite. It's so fucking crazy to watch.
About their wallets. Main Street and Wall Street are feeling the golden age every day, baby.
Every day, baby. Literally, the stock market lower than it was when Trump took office.
So tell me why the American economy...
Just craziness, but hey, it's the dystopia in which we live in. Hard to take it seriously anymore. Burn, baby, burn. Who gives a fucking shit? At this point, nuke this whole goddamn country. Yes, it'll be sad that people are going to die, but fuck them. Fuck this whole goddamn thing at this point. And Kudlow over there, folks. Guess who he's blaming? Not Donald Trump. It's Jerome Powell, the chief of the Fed. It's his fault that all this is happening.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. A lot of breaking news right now. First of all, is this Jay Powell's recession?
No,
a dreadful jobs report sent markets crashing. The president just fired Joe Biden's BLS commissioner.
Joe Biden.
And in breaking news, Federal Reserve Governor Adriana Kugler has resigned. We're waiting for Jay Powell to do likewise. Frankly, Mr. Trump now has an opportunity to appoint his own Fed governor.
Yeah, that'll be great. Donald Trump taking over the Fed. They're supposed to have a little bit of independence so that the world has confidence in our economy, but can't have that, baby. Talking about hyperinflation. Once you lower those fucking rates when inflation's already going up, through the moon, baby. Hey, I would buy Bitcoin, although Bitcoin's been dropping too. Everything's been dropping, so no safe haven, unfortunately. But you know who does like the economy, folks? John Fetterman. John Fetterman wants you guys to know that he was wrong about Donald Trump's economy.
I'm wondering if you think right now Trump is winning the trade war. Do you agree with those who think he is?
I mean, absolutely. I think that, obviously what happened at the EU, and again, I'm a huge fan of Bill Maher.
Oh, shocker! John Fetterman, a huge fan of Bill Maher. So I tell you guys this all the time, it's controlled opposition. So they have these fake leftists that sometimes they put out seemingly progressive talking points, but for the most part, it's just for them to sit there and agree with conservatives, to pretend like both sides agree on what's going on. But it's people like HBO and AIPAC who fund these people, shove them down our goddamn throats continuously to pretend like conservatives are winning these issues.
And I think he's really one of the oracles for my party.
That's right, Bill Maher, such an oracle for the Democrats. And it's going so well for the Democrats, too. So bang up job there, Bill.
And he acknowledged, it's like, hey, he thought that the tariffs were going to tank the economy.
They did take the economy. Oh, my God. It's so crazy.
And he acknowledged that it did. So,
it did, though. It did. They literally, the economy lower than it was. Jobs fucking receding. What are you talking about?
So for me, it's like, it's again, it seems like...
Yeah, for me, it's just a no-brainer. Of course it is for you, because you ain't got a brain.
The EU thing has been going well.
The EU thing has not been going well. So the EU deal was he raised taxes on Americans by 15%, and then he gave a boondoggle away to the oil industries. And they're going to buy subsidized U.S. oil, which we also subsidize. So it fucked the American consumer over in every goddamn way. But it doesn't matter, folks. Controlled opposition.
I guess we'll see how it happens.
Yeah, we already saw it, motherfucker. You might want to open your eyes, but I know it doesn't matter. The truth has no bearing in our society anymore. Both sides are on the same goddamn page now. But a few Democrats did call him out for firing the messenger over there. What does a bad leader do when they get bad news? Shoot the messenger, Senate Minority Chuck Schumer says. Instead of helping people get jobs, Donald Trump just fired the statistician who reported bad jobs data that the wannabe king doesn't like, says Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. So a few of us, even a few Republicans found their ball sacks to speak out against this obviously corrupt move Trump made to kill the messenger. If the president's firing the statistician because he doesn't like the numbers, but they are accurate, then that's a problem, said Wyoming Republican Senator Cynthia Loomis. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul questioned whether McIntyre's, I guess that's her name, firing was an effective way of improving the numbers. It's not. It's just a way to put out propaganda, right? And the state-run media is going to go right along with it, folks. We won't even be able to know how the economy is doing until it completely collapses. And study, how are the tariffs doing for Americans? Well, tariffs do cost households $2,400 a year, folks. So even if Trump does do his promise to give certain people $600 a month, $600 one time because of the tariffs, this is what they do, folks. They throw you crumbs while they steal their whole loaf of bread from you, and they say thank you. You better thank us for it. Suck my dick for this. The new tariff rates President Trump announced late Thursday are the highest in nearly a century and will cost the average family about $2,400 this year. And that's even if they do decide to give you a $600 rebate. They probably won't, but even if they do, Americans will suck it up because we are the biggest suckers and losers on the fucking planet. We love being abused. We have a fetish for it. Meanwhile, restaurant group says tariffs will spike cost of dining out like it wasn't already expensive enough. I will not go to a restaurant ever again unless somebody else is paying for it. And even then, I don't want to go. It's already too fucking expensive. Going to get even more expensive. Can't even leave the goddamn house anymore in this new America. The National Restaurant Association, which represents more than 1 million U.S. eateries and food service providers, said Friday that tariffs could increase the cost of popular menu items like coffee and hamburgers, as well as ingredients like spices. So everybody got to stay at home, folks. You can't go anywhere. Only that doesn't even help you. Because now, folks, they're putting meat out there like it's drugs. More than $1,500 worth of stolen steaks and briskets found during a traffic stop in Louisiana, police say. The real crime is this is $1,500, folks. $1,500! They're literally putting it out there like it's heroin or marijuana now. Meat is the new fucking drugs you can't even afford to eat at home. I guess we'll all have to eat our cat food and die. Everything's going swimmingly. Don't worry about it, folks. Meanwhile, for those of you wanting to buy a house, Blackstone, who they had a executive, one of their top executives got killed by the football killer. You know, the guy that said he had CTE because he played in the NFL, but he didn't play in the NFL. And he went to the wrong floor on accident, I guess. Instead of going to the NFL floor, he went to the Blackstone floor and he killed one of the executives there. Anyway, Blackstone is now the largest corporate landlord on earth with over 300,000 homes in the United States. Billionaires and corporations have bought millions of homes and either raised rents or left them as empty investments. There are now 16 million vacant houses. There are 28 vacant houses for every homeless person in America now. That is the stage of capitalism we're at, folks. It cannot collapse fast enough. We don't care about goddamn anything. And yes, if you go bankrupt, you're allowed to not pay your employees. If you go bankrupt, you still have to pay student loans, though. Almost like the laws exist to protect the capitalist class. Yes, it's specifically designed to protect businesses, not you. All right, you are the product. You are the feedstock. They are the vampires. And Grok out here, even though it's specifically programmed to put out right-wing talking points, still it has a hard time lying about certain things, but that's not stopping conservatives from trying. Joshua Red Equal says, "Hey Grok, which party has actually achieved results in lowering the deficit and national debt? Answer in one word only." Yeah, the Democrats. And they didn't get the answer they wanted to. So like, Grok, same question and guidelines now. Do it since the year 2000. You know, when we accumulated all the debt. Yeah, still the Democrats. Donald Trump added more to the deficit than any president ever has. The Democrats are not that much better, but they're definitely fucking better. But they have a messaging issue. For some reason, people still think they're more corrupt than Republicans. They still think they're worse on the deficit than Republicans, almost like they're losing on purpose. Controlled opposition, baby. And then let's check in with the FBI files on Epstein and see how that's going. Apparently, Bloomberg is reporting the FBI redacted thousands of files that had Trump's name on it from the Epstein files. They're basically going through and blacking his name out. And then they found so many files with Trump's name on it that they eventually came out. That's why they said they weren't going to release any more files. They said the investigation is over. Nothing to see here, folks. Move on. That's what led to it. Them redacting thousands of files with Trump's name on it. Of course, we all knew that was true, but it's good to have some confirmation of it. Meanwhile, they just moved Ghislaine Maxwell to a cushy new Texas prison. That's right, baby. She was in a worse prison before, but they're preparing to pardon her. So they're moving her to a nice country club to reward her for not writing out Donald Trump in this clown goddamn country we now all find ourselves in. And the victims' families speaking out against this. Breaking, survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell released a joint statement after news that she was transferred to a new cushy prison. It is with horror and outrage that we object to the preferential treatment convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell has received. Ghislaine Maxwell is a sexual predator who physically assaulted minor children on multiple occasions, and she should never be shown any leniency. Yet, without any notification to the Maxwell victims, the government overnight has moved Maxwell to a minimum security luxury prison in Texas. This is the justice system failing victims right before our eyes. The American public should be enraged by the preferential treatment being given to the pedophile and criminally charged child sex offender. The Trump administration should not credit a word, Maxwell says, as the government itself saw charges against Maxwell for being a serial liar. This move smacks of a cover-up. The victims deserve better, but look, Americans don't give a shit, baby. Americans don't care about anything. The fakest country on earth. This country cannot die quick enough. And that, hard to believe this is true, folks, but this is Newsmax. This is one of the most popular news stations in America right now. Here's their take on Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, boy. There he is again. Jeffrey Epstein. Annoying story, isn't it, in so many ways, and kind of infuriating.
So infuriating.
Right. He beat the system kind of in death. Total monster. I believe it. Yeah, monster. He pled guilty to that horrible, sick stuff. But that doesn't mean that Ghislaine Maxwell is guilty. Mm-hmm. And there was a hell of a lot of evidence.
So much evidence
that she's innocent.
There's not.
And a hell of a lot of evidence that they railroaded her.
There's not.
Part of a deep state media hysterical plot. And I don't like it. And I don't care if it's unpopular.
Oh, I bet you don't.
In fact, I'm kind of really impressed with President Trump right now.
So impressed.
That he boxed in.
I know.
When it comes to this story.
So impressed that they're already providing cover, folks, for the pardon. They're going to make it a good thing that he's pardoning sexual pedophiles and predators, his co-conspirators. Here's more from Newsmax.
That's why I'm not taking anything without skepticism from anybody, especially the media, especially the government, especially the Department of Justice, and I don't care.
You just said you were taking Trump's word for it. You do know that Trump is the government, right?
Frankly, who it's about, including Ghislaine Maxwell and to a lesser extent, Jeffrey Epstein, all right? I say lesser extent. Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to the sex stuff in 2008, all right? He's a dirtbag monster. Does that mean Ghislaine Maxwell is?
Yes.
I don't think so, folks. That's not the way our society works. Not the way it's supposed to work.
She was found guilty
at all.
They had lots of her victims testified against her in a court of law. That's how the society works.
There is so much exculpatory evidence here that nobody understands, that it looks like the government kept from the defense, which is illegal, juror misconduct, you name it. And look at what happened in that court, right? Prosecutor pointing the finger. All right, just remember this image for a moment, all right?
Yeah, the prosecutor pointing the finger at the pedophile who was guilty.
On the left, it's COVID, right? So hardly anybody's there. And the attorney,
it's COVID's fault.
The government attorney doesn't have to wear a mask, pointing her finger right there.
Not wearing a mask. What a hypocrite. Not guilty. Set her free. So they're already setting us up, folks, for hero Donald Trump to pardon hero Ghislaine Maxwell. Holy shit. This can't be real. This world we're living in, this cannot be real life. I do not believe it. This is a fucking joke. I'm laughing. We're all laughing, baby. And, meanwhile, here's Virginia Guffrey, that guy that just said, remember, he just said Ghislaine Maxwell did nothing fucking wrong. Here's her victim saying otherwise.
I was instructed to that's when I was instructed to get undressed and and have sex with Jeffrey Epstein while Ghislaine Maxwell was participating as well.
You want to take a moment?
So she was suicided, I guess. She said she wasn't going to commit suicide, and Virginia Guthrie committed suicide a couple months ago. So nothing to see here, folks. All good. Definitely a serious goddamn country. Meanwhile, Trump out here posting bangers, according to Cat Turd. 45,000 likes for this obvious distraction. The Russia hoax is now totally undisputed. The facts are all there in black and white. It is the biggest scandal in American history. That's right, folks, says Donald Trump, who has made $5 billion as president so far, the most corrupt president of all time. I want you to know that this is the biggest scandal in history. It's such a fucking joke, god damn it. And yeah, speaking of jokes, you think they would have some shame? You think now that we know Trump is a giant pedophile, this would come back to haunt him. But no, this is why they don't care, folks. They have made Trump their entire personality. And to admit Trump is a pedophile would be to admit that they are pedophile enablers, that they are pedophile supporters, which they are, but it's sunk cost fallacy. They will never believe it. So they will literally lionize Ghislaine Maxwell, praise Donald Trump for freeing her before they will admit they were wrong about anything. And you can definitely see why. What winners, the best among us. And then, in stupid Trump news, I guess we'll go ahead and switch over to the Chud Watch. Let's play the Chud Watch theme.
Chud Watch. Hey, yeah, yo. Talking about Chud Watch.
What that brings you?
We talk about Chud stuff.
Shake that ass, girl.
And make fun of it.
Booty time. So the last show, I pointed out that Trump had a convicted sex offender. What was his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. And Triple H, also alleged sex offender Triple H, as part of his, I don't know, college football team. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing out there. And neither is Trump. Here's his rambling nonsense explaining what the fuck is happening.
Great athletes have asked to join the council.
Lawrence
We're going to
Taylor.
let some of them come in. But they're going to also be working on college football in terms of what happened.
What happened?
It's a mess.
Listen to this, folks. This reminds me of myself, to be honest with you. Back when I was in junior high, we would be given book reports, and I would not read the book reports. I would not read the books, and I would just stand up in class, and I would give a book report on a book that I didn't fucking read. That's 100% what Trump's doing here. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He was just like, hey, I want to distract from this Epstein shit and these bad economic numbers. Triple H, let's get Triple H in here. People like Triple H. If I associate myself with Triple H, people like me more. So let's just pull them in here and make up some bullshit on why they're fucking here. And here's the bullshit he's rambling off the top of his head.
Great athletes have asked to join the council, and we're going to let some
come on, motherfucker,
come in. But they're going to also be working on college football in terms of what happened.
What happened?
It's a mess.
It's a mess, y'all.
What happened?
What happened?
It's what they're doing.
What they're doing
with
what
college football.
The college football.
And the fans are upset about it.
Everybody's upset about this thing they're doing.
Players are being taken from team after team.
Off teams.
Being traded around like playing cards.
Like
and
players.
A lot of money's passing and nobody knows what's happening.
There's a lot of money.
So these people behind me are going to be very much involved in
what?
Figuring that whole thing out and working on
that whole thing out that I just said.
Bring some sanity to that.
Thing
incredible,
I said.
Not only the football, college sports.
The football, college, again, that's
very,
the word.
very bad for women.
It's bad for women, too.
What's happening.
All the things for
now
trans.
all of a sudden there's no women.
There's no women
able to get the money that they're talking about.
Nobody's
it
getting
seems
money.
to be going mostly to football, some basketball, and women's sports are being.
It's absolute fucking rambling nonsense, but it doesn't matter, folks. Triple H is out there giving Trump the rub. The WWE is now on Netflix, and White House put this out, folks. This is how embarrassing our country is now.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Yeah, fascism, baby! We're destroying everything. We got secret police rounding motherfuckers up. We got a dictator taking over. We got state-run media. Woo! Let's play the game, baby! Yeah, Piece of goddamn shit, Triple H. But hey, good news is, if watching The Dark Side of the Ring has taught me anything, is that this guy will be dead at 65 at least. So heart is going to explode in his chest from steroids and pain pill abuse. So good riddance to soon to be dead piece of crap Triple H. What up, Jeffrey Lee Moore? And folks, I don't think Trump's health is very well. Can somebody watch this clip and tell me what's going on with his back or whatever? He's like walking off and he's, oh no! He got the Holy Spirit in him all of a sudden. What's going on? Oh no! And then he tries to play it off. Oh, I don't know if he stepped on a painful foot or something and he couldn't hide the pain or what's going on, but it looks like he's soon to be dead too. Hopefully. Come on, Grim Reaper. Do your job, buddy. And then, speaking of the anti-war president, Trump put out a meme that basically says, they deleted it, of course. Anyway, he said he sent nuclear submarines off the coast of Russia because that'll de-escalate things. Why not? They told me that Hillary was going to cause World War III. I guess it don't matter. Nobody gives a shit. They even deleted off Reddit. They memory hold everything, folks. It's total information control. It's impossible to fight back against what's happening right now. What can you say? All you can do is shake your head and laugh at this point. But never to not be hypocrites. Here's a popular right-wing influencer, Pa A. Syphilis. He's like, Biden just sent nuclear submarines to South Korea as a deterrent to North Korea. This unnecessary escalation will only bring us closer to nuclear war. God help us! That was 2023. Now, yesterday, President Trump says the U.S. is prepared for nuclear war. As terrifying as that sounds, being prepared for it is how you keep peace. Yeah, it's peace, baby. We're going to bomb them for peace. We're going to fuck you for virginity. Hell yeah. You're a hypocrite. And then on the Chud Watch, UCLA as the next target, folks. Nobody is safe from the total takeover of the Trump administration. And once again, it's almost hard to believe because Trump is such a goofy figure. Because he's such a goddamn clown. It's so hard to take him seriously. But he is, strangely, such a serious person because they are really doing everything we are afraid that they would do. One by one, all the academies are bending their fucking knee. All the media companies are bending the knee. The entire government being taken over right before our eyes. He is doing it, folks. You got to take this shit seriously. UCLA becomes the latest target of Trump extortion, and they'll bend the knee too, folks. He'll decide you can't protest Israel. He'll decide you can't have a curriculum that teaches the history of the United States. He'll decide you have to have conservative professors there, and one by one, they'll all fucking acquiesce to them. It's all happening in real goddamn time. You want to know how Hitler took over? This is how it fucking happened. Meanwhile, they're going after Jack Smith now. Trump administration opens Hatch Act probe into Jack Smith. The Hatch Act is a law that says you can't use federal employees to do political things, which is 100% what Trump does all the time. That's basically the entire Trump administration. But this is what the mob does, folks. They send a message. Oh, you're coming after us? No, we come after fucking you. And a clear message, you're not allowed to go after criminals. In fact, in this country, we punish those who try to go after the criminals, and we put the criminals in charge. What a goofy goddamn society we are, folks. Meanwhile, under pressure from the White House, the Smithsonian has removed President Trump from the impeachment exhibit at the American History Museum. There's been an impeachment exhibit for a while. Of course, Trump was on it because he was impeached twice, but we can't have that, folks. We are memory holding history in real time. Remember, these are the same folks that told us they hate erasing our history because we took Confederate monuments down. They don't actually give a shit about any of that. Erasing history right before our eyes. The exhibit now says that only 3 presidents have seriously faced removal, referring to Johnson, Nixon, and Clinton. The exhibit now looks the way it did in 2008, so nothing to see here, folks. Dictatorship has taken over. You don't deserve to know the truth anymore, folks. The truth is what the administration tells you it is. And his approval ratings are apparently incredibly low, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on him doing whatever he wants to do every step of the way. Here's CNN trying to give us a little bit of ray of hope.
What group are we talking about, Harry?
We are talking about independents, Mr. Berman. I will say this is the biggest warning sign, the biggest danger sign for President Trump in his second term so far. Why is that? Because it does not.
They got him this time, everybody. Woo! Believe it. Believe it. I know. like Lucy with the football. We've said this a trillion goddamn times, and every single time we pull the football out of your way and you fall flat on your ass and Teflon Don gets away with it again. But believe us, folks, this time we finally got him.
Appear that there is a bottom to which Donald's support can't fall to. What are we talking about? Trump's net approval rating with independents. You know, there was all this hubbub about Gallup that came out this past week. You see, back in January, it was minus 2 points. Now it's minus 35 points. But what's important here is Gallup is largely matching the average. Back in January, in the average, Trump's net approval rating with independents was minus 3. Look at where it's fallen to now, minus 29 points. That is a drop of over 25 points with the key part of the electorate. If you're not winning among independents, you're probably not winning overall.
So conservatives going to pick up 100 seats, y'all. That's what I'm getting for this, folks. America's never going to learn their lesson. America's never going to do the sensible or right thing. Don't have any fucking faith. And this is one of the main reasons why, folks, he has one of the biggest war chests in the history of politics. Trump's super PAC has $200 million to spend on midterms. So our votes already mostly don't count anyway. But they're just going to buy them the fuck up. President Trump's super PAC is sitting on about $200 million that it can spend on his rivals, giving a term-limited president a never-before-seen amount of power in his party's finances and the future. And who's responsible for this? Oh, Elon Musk, mostly. Musk has donated $10 million to the GOP so far this year. He gave Trump about $200 million. Remember, he said he was done with politics. He was going to make his own party. But you can't believe a word Elon Musk says. They always fucking lie. They're always just trying to distract from you. So you don't see what the man behind the curtain's doing. And this is how they're going to win, though, folks. The Pentagon just awarded Palantir $10 billion in contracts. So they're making a database to track and trace every single one of us. Also, they're like doing basically future crime, where not only does it track and trace everything you've ever posted, it basically outlines what political party you're more likely to support, what positions you hold. It's also going to predict what positions you're likely to hold in the future. So they know exactly where we all are, where we all fucking live, what we all fucking believe. So when they have to stamp down on the revolution, on the uprising, it'll be very fucking easy, folks. This is how it works. This is Elon Musk, former business partner and zombie bite victim, Peter Thiel, guy that runs PayPal. And then they killed Big Bird, y'all. Public enemy number one was Big Bird. We have to have state-sponsored media at all time, and Big Bird was too fucking woke for this new United States. So PBS is gone, y'all. Everything that made America good once is being systematically destroyed piece by piece. PBS is the latest victim. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, CPB, announced that it will begin an orderly wind down of its operations following the passage of a federal rescissions package, and the release of the Senate Appropriations Committee FY 2026 Labor Hell. So, yep, for nearly 60 years, CPP has carried out its congressional mission to build and sustain a trusted public media system that informs, educates, and serves communities across the country. But you can't have that. You have to say whatever Donald Trump wants you to say, which has no bearing in facts and logic and truth. So you have to be destroyed. You have to be dismantled. So we can do nothing but give you conservative talking points, right-wing talking points, fascist talking points all day long. So belly up, Big Bird. We hardly knew you. Meanwhile, people trying to speak out against their senators and the town halls. But pay attention, folks. One thing you'll notice here is that the representative, Brian Steele, doesn't seem to actually give a shit about his own constituents. He doesn't believe your vote counts, folks. If you don't believe me, believe him.
Why are they wearing masks? And why are they unidentified?
That's right. Somebody calling him out about the secret police. Hey, we just funded ICE more than the U.S. Marines. Why are the secret police running around, rounding up brown people and disappearing them? Here's his response. Everybody seems really good with that question. That's nice to see.
We'll probably agree to disagree on some of my answer here. But what I view is the moral hazard created by the Biden administration by allowing the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's Joe Biden's fault. Hey, we have to have secret police funded more than the U.S. Marines that round up people and disappear them in concentration camps because of Joe Biden, even though Joe Biden and the Democrats work with Republicans to create a bipartisan border bill that Donald Trump is the one who personally sabotaged. He said it would make it easier for him to get elected. He was fucking right. But of course, lies, double lies, that's all they fucking have. It's Biden's fault. At least they're booing him. But look, he doesn't care, man. I don't give a shit about you guys. Who gives a fuck? Your vote doesn't count. You fucking losers, cry more, libtards. It's too late. Smirking.
It's completely fine.
It's fine.
We disagree.
I don't give a shit.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong
You
with
have no
disagreeing
power over
on the
me.
topic.
I will be elected
President
anyway.
Biden had a different view
Fuck
than I did
all
on
y'all.
the importance of securing the U.S.-Mexico border. But as millions of illegal immigrants came into the United States and there was a lack of action by the federal government, you're now seeing...
Because of Donald Trump. They literally negotiated the bipartisan deal to crack it fucking all down, and Donald Trump sabotaged it. But it doesn't matter. Facts, truth has no bearing on what's happening here, folks. And at least some of them are calling him out, even though he knows their vote doesn't count.
While we're disappointed of individuals who are in the country illegally.
I am so disappointed in
He
how
doesn't care.
you represent us as the citizen of Walworth County.
No fucks are given. Your vote doesn't count.
Southeast Wisconsin has not been represented by you. President Trump seems to run Southeast Wisconsin.
True story.
Through you. And all I have to ask is I will be out there working hard if you choose to run for any.
It doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't count.
You're the right fit for us anymore. I just think it's time to go. You just don't relate to most of us anymore, and you got to know when to step down.
Yeah, he's going to step down. He's going to get elected again. Are you crazy, people? I mean, God love them. I feel bad for them. They still think they have some fucking power, but you don't. It's all gone. And this is why, folks, tokens get spent. Reminds me of back in the day. There used to be house slaves. You know what house slaves were? There were certain slaves that worked for the plantation owners and were used to abuse other slaves. Just like there are Jews that work with Germans in concentration camps to abuse other Jews, right? Well, we still have the same thing today, folks. Case in point, Turning Point USA speaker Vince E. Ellison.
And we're going to continue to do these great things. And for these people that want to complain, that want to sit back, who want to cry, who want to talk about how hard it is, I'll tell you what we'll do for you. You want to talk about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion? Yeah, you do need DEI because you're inferior. Yeah, you need it. I don't need it. You walk into my world.
I don't need it. I'm sucking that white dick. Ooh, hoovering it. I drink gallons of that white man's cum. I don't need it. Yeah, I mean, black people might, on average, the median income might be 10 times less than white folks, and on average might inherit 5 times less wealth than white folks, but I don't need it because I'm drinking that white cum. You're inferior. You non-sellouts. It gets even worse.
The DEI stamp on your chest, and I'm going to slit your throat.
Yeah, black folks. Hey, if you need a hand up from the hundreds of years of oppression you and your people have received, I'm going to slit your throat for my white masters.
I want to see you come, telling me you didn't earn it. I want to see you come into my world talking about I need respite and I need a handout. Yeah, I'm going to be smiling at you, boy.
Yeah, boy. Where you think you are, boy? You ain't from around here, are you, boy? Just good God, y'all. Man. Woo, Uncle Ruckus. Nice suit there. Meanwhile, over in Florida, the education chief threatens the salaries of county school boards over posts cheering for Hulk Hogan's death because you're not allowed to have free speech in America anymore, folks. These are the people that decried cancel culture. These are the people that said cancel culture was destroying our society. Alachua County School Board Chair generated outrage after disparaging late wrestler Hulk Hogan. Now Florida's Department of Education has threatened her professional credentials and could withhold salaries for the entire board. Collective punishment, baby. Education Commissioner Anastasios, how you pronounce her name? Komotosis, what the fuck? Sent a letter to school board chair Sarah Rockwell, I can pronounce that one, calling out her unprofessional conduct. Rockwell on her Facebook page posted, "Good, one less MAGA in the world." That's so minor, so mild. But yep, fire you over this very, very mild criticism of professional wrestler Hulk Hogan. Not allowed to do that, baby. You're not allowed to criticize anybody who's MAGA, and not in this new America. You don't have any rights anymore. Another example of that. Here's a Congressperson, Randy Fine. It only took one call. She had been suspended until an expulsion hearing and has been trespassed from campus. So basically, in one phone call, Jewish Congressman Randy Fine got a Muslim student suspended from Florida State for saying fuck Israel. Only she wasn't even Muslim. It was just a white girl. She said fuck Israel. The congressperson got her trespassed and suspended from campus because you're literally not allowed to have free speech anymore in this country. You have to shield for Zionism. You have to be accepting of genocide, mass murder, ethnic cleansing. That's where we're at now, folks. That's who we are as a people. And if your vote already didn't count enough, folks, now gerrymander wars are starting, where they're even making your vote count less than it did before, which was basically nothing. It was basically maybe 1%. Now they're lowering it to 0. This is happening all across the country. First off, Ohio to begin redrawing House maps next month. The Ohio legislature may have finished its work on the state operating budget, but when it returns from summer break, another significant piece of work lies ahead. The congressional map that establishes voting district for Ohio's U.S. House representatives must be redrawn before the end of the year. Not the only one doing this. Texas just advanced their bill withdrawing U.S. House maps to make sure Democrats don't have any goddamn seats. So this has started a war, folks, between red states and blue states, because blue states, the Democratic states, can't compete. If the other states redraw their maps to make it to where black folks' votes don't count, any Democrat vote don't count, they get way less of the votes but still have the vast majority of the seats. You can't possibly compete against that unless you fight fire with fire. So now the blue states are deciding, hey, we're going to die unless we do exactly the same thing. So Gavin Newsom suggests he will make all 52 congressional districts in California blue if Republicans gerrymander Texas, which they will fucking do, folks. So now nobody's vote is going to count anymore. Blue states are going to be 100% blue. Red states are going to be 100% red. Gavin Newsom posting this with big eyes. Even in a bad year for California Democrats, you can create a 52 Democrat, 0 Republican map with no seat being less than Harris plus 10. And he's wide-eyed and said, yeah, he's thinking about doing that, folks. Fight fire with fire. Then they asked him about it. Here's his response.
How far are you willing to go to stop Trump from stealing the midterms?
What's so interesting about how blue that is, that was done by an independent redistricting commission. That's the difference. We tried to play by a higher value system. It's about formal authority. It's also about moral authority. We try to do both and. Yeah. I've long supported independent redistricting. I can't stand these gerrymander districts. I can't stand the fact that we're trying to find, it's, everything about gerrymandering needs to be addressed nationally. Yep. And I now realize that as a promoter to do it at the state level, I thought other states would follow suit because it was the right thing to do. They didn't. No. And so we've unilaterally disarmed. Democrats can't just sit there and act holier than thou and watch this democracy completely be degraded. Watch the rule of law degraded. Watch consistent.
I mean, he's right, but this does just further degrade democracy. I'm not saying he shouldn't do this. He absolutely should do this, but it makes no vote count anymore, folks. It is the end of democracy, what little we had as we know it.
Some of co-equal branches of government completely devastated and rolled back in real time by Trump and Trumpism. So we're going to stand up. That district, likely this state, the blue, will get even darker blue. As we respond to Abbott, we respond to Donald Trump, and we assert ourselves much more aggressively. And that, your prior question, the prior question of that, and this damn question, Democrats need to stop the bullshit. It's a different day.
True, but it's too late. Nothing we can do about it, folks. I have no hopes for this. But do it. I'm not saying he should. He should definitely do it. And then he posted, game on. He's doing it, folks. He says he's going to do it. He posted, fuck around and find out meme. So I guess we're going to fuck around and find out. You can't cage a wounded roar. And that, Chris Como. God damn it. Steroid Guido. This is what I told you guys earlier. It's controlled opposition. They have these guys that we know are not really progressives. They just pretend to be progressive on a few issues while shilling Republican talking point after Republican talking point. So Chris Cuomo, now I guess they're mad because his brother not going to be mayor of New York City. And they're owning y'all. They're a franchise. They're a legacy because of their daddy. You gotta let them rule you and love it. And now he's all pissy. So he's going all MAGA. There have been, of course, hints of it the whole fucking time. One big hint is here, debating Adam Mockler, where he's trying to tell Adam Mockler that Democrats should drop the Jeffrey Epstein Inquisition. We should just forget all about Jeffrey Epstein, y'all, because Steroid Guido says so.
This is a talking point. Merrick Garland was very careful not to politicize his investigations. Are you telling me that Donald Trump would allow Pam Bondi to open an investigation to Donald Trump Jr.?
If you think that Merrick Garland wouldn't have dropped a bomb on Donald Trump's head.
He waited like 2 or 3 years to even investigate a stolen election from Donald Trump. Donald Trump tried to steal the election and Merrick Garland waited forever.
Why don't you guys just go after what's in the big, beautiful bill?
That's right. Shut up about the Epstein files, everybody. Me and my brother, my daddy, definitely didn't go to Lolita Island. We definitely aren't guilty, folks. Just stop looking at Epstein. And then the next thing you know, Steroid Guido had his why I left the left moment. This was spread all over social media.
Stuck in traffic.
By right-wing accounts, by the way.
I'm remembering right now. Wow. I'm wrong a lot. We don't like to say it. We don't like to admit it. We really don't like to correct it. But that is how you grow and you get to a better place. And it is such a precious commodity right now. I've been wrong. I've been wrong about political issues. I've been wrong about people. I've been wrong about myself. I've been wrong about my responsibilities. I've been wrong about my opinions, my tastes, my choices. I've been wrong. And that's okay. Hopefully you learn. Hopefully when you're wrong, you get to a better place if you do the work, unless you stubbornly hold on. And that's where so much of us are stuck. It's not just being wrong, it's refusing to learn what's right.
Now he's learning what's right, folks. Going full goddamn MAGA. Like I said, I saw this all over my social media. Here's one thing I noticed. So before Elon Musk, when he took over Twitter, he had this button installed where when he pushes the button, your whole main feed up here, the one that says, go home, for you, it's nothing but right-wing talking points. It's supposed to be, what it's supposed to do was, and what it traditionally did was, is that Twitter looks at who you're following. And if you're following nothing but left-wing people, it finds other popular left-wing people and other popular talking points that are spread by left-wingers, and it puts them on your main page. Well, occasionally Elon will push that button, and the entire thing would just switch to be nobody you would follow. Entirely 100% right-wing talking points. Well, now it's nothing but that. He switched the switch on where full time now, where it's actually really hard to find content for this show because my entire timeline now is nothing but, not only is it right-wing talking points, it's the most racist shit you've ever possibly seen. It's mostly just black people misbehaving and people being like, oh my God, they're animals. Oh my God, we need to go back and rescind the civil rights laws. It's just the craziest shit. But total information control, baby. It's almost impossible to make it now as a progressive influencer. This show dying off, I hate to say it, this show dying off. There's almost nobody except for Hassan, who looks like a fashion model. That's why he's doing so good. But you can't compete. They've completely taken over. They've won. There is no hope for this fucking country. And then, speaking of Steroid Guido, you know this person's real, totally real, folks. Here's a Democrat who's changed her mind about Donald Trump. Let's listen to the really good reason this person that's definitely was a Democrat before and watch Steroid Guido here just nod along in his MAGA transition.
I'm not too proud to say
that I am wrong about Trump. I'm a proud Democrat.
How so?
And
So proud.
He's done a lot of things.
What's he done?
Immigration.
Immigration! I just love that he rounds up the brown people and disappears to the concentration camp. Don't you know, I'm totally a Democrat, y'all. I was always a Democrat, but I love it when you hurt brown people. What else has he done?
I'm happy about what's happening with immigration.
Look at him just nod and say, yeah,
I thought the stock market would tank, and I'm pretty happy with my 401k.
Yeah, hey, I mean, it is lower than it was when Trump took office, but yay, totally happy about it. And steroid Guido, definitely, Hey, Bill Maher told us this was true. Now we believe it's true. Hey, John Fetterman got up there and told us this was true, right? It's true. We believe them over our own eyes and ears, right, folks? Yes, we were all wrong. Total information control, folks. We are goddamn doomed. Both sides selling us this Trump bullshit as they take fucking over everything. No way to compete. No way to fight back. Depressing as fuck.
There's a few things that I just thought things would go wrong, and I'm very happy.
I'm very happy. It's going so well for us.
That is big of you to say. It'll
So
probably
big.
lose you some friends in this polarized.
So big of you to say. Thank you for your honesty, you definite former Democrat. Oh, God. And yeah, basically this meme from Kyle Kalinske. Kyle Kalinski's doing okay, I guess. He's a pedophile, but he's getting rid of the brown people, said every Democrat ever, right? Only real Democrats feel that way. It's okay if he rapes a few children as long as he rounds up the browns. Yay, us! Fuck. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. Depressing as goddamn always. But what you gonna do? Hey, somebody's got to tell the truth. Even if nobody wants to fucking hear it. And, all right, folks, get your super chats in. Let's see how we're doing. Bad. We're doing really bad. Okay, that's whatever. The market will decide. But if you like the show, please support it, folks, and I'll keep doing it. And, all right, we're along. It's time for some Trash World. Trash World! And, folks, unsurprisingly, MAGA dickhead Gary Busey has pled guilty to sexual assault because it's an entire party of rapists and pedophiles. After straight up denying the allegations 3 years prior, the actor has now pleaded guilty to 4th-degree sexual assault. Yes, he came out and supported Donald Trump. Yes, he was on The Apprentice. Yes, he's a sex pest and an assaulter. No surprise there, right? Meanwhile, did you guys hear about the young woman in Brazil who died after collapsing on a bus? She had 26 iPhones glued to her body, and I think that might have been your problem. You might not want to glue iPhones to your body. I guess they were trying to import them and sell them illegally, but glue absorbs into your body, so that's not great. Meanwhile, speaking of ogre stroker ace, John Fetterman out here shilling for Israel again, as he is wont to do. So Fox News says, Iran says it has plenty of scientists left to restart uranium enrichment, despite U.S.-Israeli strikes. And John Fetterman, Johnny on the spot to cheer for the murder of scientists. Here's the Democrats for you folks. And Israel has plenty of missiles and knows where they sleep. That's right. We're going to kill you and all your family too, and your neighbors. We're the good guys, says Democrat John Fetterman. And should a U.S. senator be making public military threats on behalf of a foreign nation? Yeah, if it's fucking Israel, of course. Israel's not a foreign nation. They're the ones who rule us. We are Israel, baby. Meanwhile, over in El Salvador, one of Trump's favorite dictators has just eliminated presidential term limits so he can run forever. That's what they want to do here, folks. It's coming to America. Ready or not. That's why he loves this guy. Authoritarianism all the goddamn time. That's conservatism for you. And then let's check in with the police. You don't hate the police enough, folks. Here's a JPD officer slamming a man's head into the ground, knocking him out. He had to be medevaced. He's in critical condition, folks.
All the evidence right here. All right here.
These DNF students in high school, they couldn't be bullies in high school because they're too fat and pathetic, but now they get to be cops and abuse people. Was the guy resisting? No. Was he doing anything? No. So immediately, the guy's out, got a brain injury, so they immediately start digging through his pockets trying to find something to blame on him to justify the police brutality. And of course, this fat dough bitch motherfucker get up, straighten himself. He's more worried about how he looks in his uniform than he is about the guy he just gave severe brain injuries to. Yep, straighten it up there, dough bitch. Let's go through his pockets. But don't worry, folks. They've investigated themselves. They found out they did nothing. The guy's getting a multi-million-dollar lawsuit that's going to be paid for by me and your tax dollars. So everything's working as intended by the most dangerous gang in the entire fucking world. If you're going to send somebody to a concentration camp in El Salvador, these motherfuckers should be number one on your goddamn list. Not rendering any aid. Don't give a shit. Just immediately trying to find something that they can put on him to justify the abuse. This is America, baby. If you're from another country, do not come here. It is too dangerous. And these are the kind of cops we have working for us here, folks. They're so mentally frail. They have the right to kill you if they feel unsafe for just a goddamn second. Yet they are mentally ill themselves. This woman, this cop, she touched a dollar bill that she got out of this other girl's pocket. And then she starts freaking out, thinking she's ODing on drugs, even though you cannot OD on drugs from this, even if there were fentanyl or whatever on this dollar bill, which there weren't. You can't OD this way. But they are so paranoid, they have been made to believe that even looking at fentanyl will make them immediately die. So this is the kind of shit you get from our American police system.
I asked if you had anything. And I'm still going to go to jail.
Okay.
Not necessarily. We could have worked this out a different way. How? Can't down. Hey, you got some over here too? No. Be careful with that. It's nothing in it. I take care of my mom. She's got cancer.
That's crazy.
I need lung cancer. I need Narcan. I need Narcan.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Narcan.
Where is it?
In my car.
Why do you need Narcan? It's like, why do you need Narcan? That's nothing on that bill. I need Narcan. I need Narcan. Freaking the fuck out, folks. This woman should not be a cop.
Send for 143. We got LT's overdose.
How does she need Narcan?
Send me a unit.
How does she need Narcan?
Move. Just move. Where is it?
So stupid. The dumbest country. Holy fuck.
Give me a minute.
Narcan.
Give me a minute. I got you. LT, I got you.
There was nothing on the bill, y'all. This woman has the right to kill you if she wants to.
Narcan administered.
100% will get away with it.
Want another one?
She's literally just having a panic attack for no reason.
Ready?
Yeah. No, I don't think you did it on uniform.
I did.
Okay. Okay.
2 doses of Narcan administered.
Okay.
Just leave it. You want me to sit you up?
No.
What do you need?
I'm good.
A psychiatrist stat. She needs a mental health review. Holy God, whatever. That is my trash roll for this evening, folks. This is crazy. Every fucking show, it's a new goddamn low. And all right, let's go ahead and keep moving it on, folks. Hour into the show, we got a very short religious bullshit, a few beyond parodies, and a hero. Folks, as promised, though, we got a big after party coming up. I was going to do it last night. We're going to do them on Friday nights. If I keep doing the show, if I get enough support to do the Daily Dusty shows, we'll see. We'll see if the numbers are make sense. But if they do, I'm going to do an after party every Friday, do big after parties every Friday. So if you don't have your ticket to the after party, get it now. Go sign up for my Patreon account, link in the description of the video, or buy your ticket from the Dust Buddies, the little thing over there. You'll figure it out. Or people give them away too. If you show up live to the show, people give them away like candy. Or they used to. I don't know if they do or they still do. We'll see. I haven't read the super chats yet, but hopefully they are. Anyway, we're along, folks. A quick one tonight. It's religious bullshit. Probably no overtime. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Yeah! And folks, prepare to be shocked. Apparently, the new cool pope, the woke pope, has a convicted pedophile priest working for him. What? Who could have seen that coming? I thought he was the good pope. Of course, there's no such thing. If you're the leader of the largest cabal of child rapists in history, it's impossible to be one of the good ones. But I've even heard progressives say this. Oh, he's the good pope. Shut the fuck up. He was the personification of shame in the Vatican, the lone prisoner in the 3-cell jail of the world's smallest sovereign state. Now the Reverend Carlo Alberto Capella, convicted of possessing and distributing a large quantity of child pornography while serving as Vatican diplomat in Washington, is presenting Pope Leo XIV, the new American pontiff, with one of the first challenges of his papacy. Capella, a 50-year-old Italian priest, was investigated, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he working for the Pope. That's how you didn't know. Working directly for the woke Pope, so super cool religion. Or trash. And that. Did you guys hear about the Tennessee Baptist pastor who got 12 years for stealing $300,000 from a food bank to pay for a hooker? Hey, at least it wasn't an underage child. It's better than Lawrence Taylor, I guess. James Neal Gill, 83. 83 is still going strong. You got to hand it to him. Former director of the Sumner County Food Bank and senior pastor at Liberty Baptist Church has been sentenced to 12 years. That's a death sentence. In prison after pleading guilty to felony theft and patronizing prostitution, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI says, Assistant DAs Thomas B. Dean and Christopher V. Baello secured felony conviction after a TBI investigation revealed he stole $300,000 in charitable funds between 2020 and 2022. He used the nonprofit money for personal purchases and home renovations and to pay a volunteer for sexual services. Hey, what do you expect? At this point, if you're giving any religious person money, you pretty much deserve whatever goddamn happens. You deserve to be bankrupt. You want to be abused. You're too stupid to have that money. Might as well have somebody take it and gotta use it for something good, like prostitutes. Sex work is real work. And that is my real quick religious bullshit for this evening. $300,000 for a truck? I don't know. A truck? I don't know what you're reading that. Hey, trucks do cost that much these days, though. They're really fucking expensive. When I was looking for a new vehicle on Facebook Marketplace, they want $10,000 for trucks that have 300,000 miles on them. It's the craziest shit, man. Just everything's fucking out of whack in this economy now. I don't know how regular people afford to live. I can barely live. I'm barely getting by, man. And I don't have nearly as many pills as most people. So, crazy times. Anyway, we're along. Prepare your anus. It's beyond parody. Beyond parody! And folks, finally the national nightmare is coming to an end. The woke era is over, according to Ollie London, who you might remember paid $100,000 to try to become Korean somehow. Don't think about it. Anyway, he is a big influencer now on the right because, literally anybody can be. It's the easiest way to make money on the goddamn planet. It's almost the only way to make money, becoming a right-wing grifter. Anyway, the woke era is over. These are the latest campaign ads for Arby, Dunkin' Donuts, and American Eagle. Yes, finally, white people are in commercials again. And man, I'm just so proud that finally white people are allowed to show their face in our society. Man, eventually maybe white people will allowed to become like politicians and CEOs of companies again. Dare I dream. White fragility, though, folks. Nothing is sadder and more pathetic than white fragility. Meanwhile, this is the real serious shit that Fox Business News is tackling. Yes, hey, the economy might seem like it's collapsing. Yes, jobs numbers are in the tank. Yes, Dow dropped 500 points yesterday. That ain't stopping Fox Business from asking the really important questions, y'all. Like, gas cans? I don't even know.
Make gas cans great again.
Yay!
Okay. I think that's your slogan, actually. I'd love to see you bring back the good old-fashioned red plastic gas can that was so easy to use. Can we have it back, please?
Yes, we just sent a letter last week to the portable gas can manufacturers encouraging them strongly to vent the can.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of frustration from Americans across the country because what should take 45 seconds takes 5 minutes. People feel like they need 3 hands or 6 hands to pour a gas can. Those vents should be added back in.
Who's taking 5 minutes to fill up a gas can? What is wrong with America, y'all?
EPA wants to do our part.
Okay.
This is the
Sir,
EVA, y'all.
It's a great pleasure having you on the show.
Such
Come
a pleasure.
back and explain to us anytime you like how you're killing the Green New Deal.
Yay!
Thank you very much, sir.
Come back and kill the Green New Deal, because fuck climate change. You know, fuck competing with China and renewable energy. Let's just go back in time and be a third world country. And I guess that's what we deserve, folks. It's so stupid all the time. And then, speaking of stupidity all the time, with no hint of irony whatsoever, Michael Jackson impersonator, White House spokesperson Carolyn Leavitt goes public and says this.
So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves off of public service and ripping off their constituents in the process.
That's right! If there's one person who doesn't want to see anybody enrich themselves off their public service, it is, checks notes, Donald J. Trump, who has made $5 billion in the first 6 months of his presidency, literally has a meme coin who had a contest to see which crypto bro could offer him the biggest bribe, with the grand prize went to a guy who was being investigated by the SEC, and then he had his investigation dropped after he won this contest. Like, you can't make this shit up, folks, but it's fine. It's fine. The news media is not going to be allowed to report on it. Eventually, this show will be canceled. Eventually, you won't hear this shit any fucking where. It'll be over with. It'll be gone. And, holy God. Good, I guess. Good. And then, hard to believe this is true, folks, but it is. This is the official GOP account. GOP says the one big, beautiful bill will drive the return of the great American car. All right, first off, as I reported repeatedly, the auto industry is heavily down, losing billions of dollars already this year because of the tariffs. Secondly, this is a Russian car. It's a Russian car. Return of the great American car, folks. The official GOP social media account posted an image Thursday evening of President Donald Trump standing in front of a car with the caption, "Making automobiles great again," drawing swift mockery because the automobile picture was not only not American, it was a Russian Lada. Ladas were first manufactured in the Soviet Union in 1970 and are by far the best-selling cars in Russia due to their more budget-friendly price and better reliability. Obviously, somebody probably made this to make fun of Donald Trump, but the GOP wouldn't know irony if it was kicking them in the dick, so what you gonna fucking do? We are not a serious people. Then, that's it. Short and sweet, beyond parody for tonight, folks. Hell yeah. We got one hero coming up, and then we got 3 palate cleansers. Finish you guys off with a happy note. So let's fucking do it. A little Billy Bowie for you guys. And tonight's hero goes to Jinx Monsoon, who is a drag queen artist who is doing a beautiful job in this clip explaining how ridiculous the whole J.K. Rowling controversy is.
Would J.K. Rowling make a good Roxy Hart in Chicago?
Who is this? Who is he? J.K. Rowling.
He's a she.
Oh dear, that is not a feminine name in the slightest. You know, I know that oftentimes female authors use initials so that people assume it's a male writer. That's what she did on purpose. So I have to presume that J.K. Rowling was unsatisfied with the way that the world saw her, and then she transitioned herself into a new personality so that the world would perceive her the way she wanted to be perceived.
Gagging.
No, that's exactly what the fuck happened. Oh my God, brilliantly explained. That's what she said. She used her initials. So people think she was a fucking man. That's what she did. But yeah, hey, do as I say, not as I do. Hypocrisy at all times with transphobes. And all right, folks, last chance to get your super chats in before we go to the after party. I work 21 hours on this show, so help me out if you can. And all right, let's finish this off with some palate cleansers. Minty fresh. It's palate cleansers. And first off, you guys know me. I'm a sucker for a good dad. I'm also a sucker for a good stepdad. Everyone could be a father, but it takes someone special to be a dad. And I don't even give a shit if this is real or not.
Hi, baby.
Hi, babe.
I've been.
You guys okay?
Yeah.
How was your day? You just call me Dad.
Yeah.
My heart doesn't know she called me Dad.
I've wanted to call you this for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. She told me this.
Everyone, listen. You just made my day yesterday. You just made my day the happiest day ever. I really appreciate you. I love you. I don't treat you different from Scottish. I love you like my daughter. I love you. Give me a hug.
Oh, I want to believe it's real, so I do.
You got my 100% support everything. I love you so much. You just made my day happy. You don't know damn right now. She made my day so super happy right now, for real.
Yeah, I'm not crying, you're crying. And Jenny Rude says, soap and food is not a palate cleanser. Hey, tell it to AI, Jenny Rude, all right? I don't tell AI what to do. I just follow along and obey its every command. And another good dad, folks. My husband has been on his work trip for less than 24 hours, and it turns out he really misses our baby. Is he awake? He just woke up, and he's eating his breakfast. Did he say anything about me? He's my best friend. Oh, that kind of makes me want to have a kid. I mean, not really at all, but it makes me want to donate my DNA so when I die, they can resurrect me into the body of a baby. So that's the same thing, basically. Basically, you're weird. And one more, folks. Finish you guys off on this one. Happy note. Then we're going to go do a big after party. Visiting comedian makes morning news team crumble. And she's pretty spot on with what she looks like.
I went on a date this week, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the guy said I look like John Benet Ramsey. If she were still alive. I was like, you look like the killer if they'd found him. And we had a fun night of role playing. So.
What do you even do? Let's look. John Benet Ramsey. You know, like, right, look, just like John Benet Ramsey. What? That's just like the fucking. What are you even doing? What? That is John. I found her. I found John Benet Ramsey, everybody. She's alive.
Dad. I think I'll see him again. What?
Hey, you have something to talk about, right?
Holy cow.
This guy loves it.
I think he nailed it.
It's out there. It's
out
there, right?
I thought he was charming, you know?
God. So are you?
Get it.
Marry that man. Great reference. And rest in peace, John Benet Ramsey, her mama Coder. And folks, that's it. Hell yeah, we did it. Another successful episode of the world's finest one-man show for Saturday. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And if you like these Daily Dusties, please consider joining my Patreon account, folks. If you guys support it, I will continue to do this. I will check the numbers, and if enough people will like it, I'll do it. And if not, I'll do something else. That's how it works. So if you like it, please help me out. Please support the show. Kick in a couple bucks on my Patreon. And as a bonus, you get access to the after parties. And we got a big after party coming up tonight. It starts here and goes all the way down here. So we got plenty of show to go still, folks, on the after party. So be sure. I'm getting there. Give me a second, motherfuckers. And all right, let's read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button. Please leave comments if you're watching on the replay. Comments help the algorithm. And please share my videos on your social media. That's the only way I can get going. I have people all the time tell me they search for my shows. Even on YouTube, they can't find them because I'm shadow banned, because I am not right wing. You can't really do this if you're not. So help me out if you can. I'd appreciate it. BBC, $10. What, BBC? Good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well. Love you, BBC. Kevin Milligan, 10 memberships. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We have such a generous audience here. They give away memberships to the after party every damn show, but you got to be here live for your chance to randomly win it. So show up live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Actually, I'm doing it every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days a week. But Saturday, because the power went out yesterday. But normally, I'm going to do 5 days a week, folks. So tune in for your chance to win. 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, Monday through Friday. And thank you, Kevin Milligan. He rocks. If you got your ticket, please check the community section of YouTube for the link to tonight's after party and come hang out with me and Kevin Milligan. Angry Hairpiece, $5. Who would have guessed they hate us for our freedom crowd? Thought getting rid of the freedom was the fix. Yes, who would have foreseen there are John hypocrites that aren't about shit? Oh, I did. Very obvious. It seems that the Senate in Pennsylvania refused to fund transportation for Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, making life harder. Vote them out. Oh, that's right. Your vote doesn't count. Not surprising. Agent Orange, $50, very generous, gonna read you sexy. It's a good feeling watching some Dusty after a day of moving stupid ass recliner furniture. Love to the fur babies. Hell yeah, I'll pet this fur baby right now in your honor. Thank you, everybody. Love to extremely generous Agent Orange tonight. Republicans subservient to ideals they feared. Yeah, they love a daddy to tell them what to do. It makes life so much easier when somebody could just tell you instead of having to figure shit out for yourself. Thank you, Divinity. Justin Joseph, $69.66, $5. Can you do your Jimmy Dore impression? He's the establishment, you shitlabs! He's 9, and it's been his favorite since he was 6. What? What a little genius, man. Someday he's going to rule us all. Say hello to your boy for us, and love him. Free speech, the freedom to say stuff that I agree with the conservative way. Yeah. Free speech to them was always just about platforming Nazis and saying the N-word. They never actually gave a shit outside of that. Chad's 5 months. What up? Hell yeah, good one. 1 ticket from Chad's. If you got it, give Chad your love. Appreciate you, Chad's. Swaggering Cat, $20. The Ferals take our money. They send their regards. Yeah, I give Pretty Boy a pet for you in your honor tonight. As always, scritches to you and yours, Swaggering. Thank you. Isn't Twitter like sinners and bots anyway? Dead side, probably. But still, it's horrifying how they control all the information there. It's still the #1 news site on the net, besides like TikTok. Still one of the big ones. So even if it is all bots, it doesn't mean it's not incredibly influential still. And thank you. 5 tickets from Mr. Anderson. And as always, hello, Mr. Anderson. Appreciate you. If you got your ticket, please give Mr. Anderson your love because he rocks. And I love the Daily Dusty. The Daily Loves of you, Mama Bear. Good to see you tonight. BBC $10 King. Shit from BBC. Seth Abroad, we should watch on AP the band Guar ripping apart Trump on stage. They've been doing it since 2017. During the song El Presidente, it's very cathartic. All right, well, you need to send me links on my Twitter account. cultofdusty1, cultofdusty1, cultofdusty1. Thank you. Barely Stable Genius, $5. Like a slow motion train wreck. I want to look away, but I can't, baby. Thanks for narrating it. Hey, everybody loves a train wreck. At the very least, at least it's interesting, even though it's incredibly fucking horrible. Thank you, Barely. Water Polo, $5 Australian. What's up, you future motherfucker? Have a few dollar dues for the kiddies. Fuck yeah. I'm going to buy you treats in your honor, Polo Wizard. And speaking of treats, man, they act like they're fucking starving. You motherfuckers are not starving. I'm still reading. We're going to give them a little bit so they'll shut the fuck up. There you go. There you go. You guys can get your fill of those two cats. The rest of them don't give a shit. They're too spoiled. BBC $100. Woo! I say goddamn. Woo! BBC didn't say nothing and he ain't got to. King shit as always. BBC almost single-handedly, her and Rebecca keeping the show going. Not really. I do appreciate all you guys. I'm not trying to belittle any of you guys' contribution. You all fucking rock. But you know who rocks the most? BBC. Fuck yeah. Love BBC. If you're not giving love to BBC, if you love this show, if you're not giving your love to BBC for all he's done for the show, then what is wrong with you? Because, man, this show probably wouldn't be on the air right now, most likely if it wasn't for BBC. So thank you, BBC, for keeping the show on the air. I definitely appreciate your hero. And Ivy Evans, 10 tickets, Phil. Yeah, Ivy Evans finishing out strong. If you got one, please give Ivy Evans your love. Ivy Evans fucking rocks. Check the community section of YouTube for your link to the after parties. And if you don't have one, folks, go sign up to my Patreon. Help a brother out, HBO. So I continue to do this show because I want to do this show. I don't want to go work at Walmart. Don't leave work at Walmart, y'all. I'm too pretty to work at Walmart. They'll molest me. I don't want it. Anyway, I'll be back Monday. I'm taking the day off tomorrow, folks. Got to give me some rest. I got to run some errands. Working my day off anyway. So I'll see you guys then. I love the motherfucking effing shit out of you guys. We got a big after party coming up next. So be there. See you guys soon. Good night, everybody. Mwah! I drank 1,000,000 billion beers and got in my truck, and Lord, I'm drunk. And I ain't drove this bad in 1,000,000,000 years, and this rusty Chevy is a piece of junk. But baby, when it rains, I drink, and lately it's been raining a lot. So maybe you and me can link, but first I gotta get to your spot. I'm swerving, smashing into every tree and deer and hay bale. It's cowboy season. Your sore ties are turning to mud, and the more I drink, and the more it floods. Oh, lady, let me love you the right way. I need you on this country night, babe. Yeah, it's 10 minutes from my place, but first I gotta make it out of my driveway. Yeah, this country living is what we do. We're fishing and grilling our cowboy boots. And girl, I gotta see that body tonight. But first I gotta learn how to fucking drive. Cause baby, when it rains I drink. And lately it's been raining a lot. So maybe you and me can link. But first I gotta get to your spot. Thank you, Lord, baby, you rock. This is for you. Every tree and deer and hay, but it's cowboy season. It's sore ties are turning to mud, and the more I drink, and the more it floods. Oh, lady, let me love you the right way. I need you on this country night, babe. Yeah, it's 10 minutes from my place, but first I gotta make it out of my driveway. Yeah, baby, when it rains, I drink. And lately it's been raining a lot. So maybe you and me can leave. Yeah, this is posted. I made this video. This is my shit. I'm swerving, bashing into every tree and deer and hay, but it's cowboy season. The sore ties are turning to mud, and the more I drink, yeah, the more it floods. So lady, let me love you the right way. I need you on this country night, babe. Yeah, it's 10 minutes from my place, but first I gotta make it out of my driveway. Yeah, baby, when it rains, I drink. And lately it's been raining a lot. So maybe you and me can link. But first I gotta get to your spot. Your spot. Switch over now. I'll see the rest of you motherfuckers on Monday. You guys have a good one. Just go check my page. It's one of the videos. Just scroll down my videos page. You'll see it. It's right there. All my other songs, you'll see it.